السلام عليكم. أهلا بكم في معهد دمشق.
Assalamu alaikum. Kaifa halukum? La'allakum bi khair. I hope you're all well. So today we'll be learning about a new lesson that is about the derived forms of the verb. But we'll be discussing today form khamsa wa sitta. Form khamsa wa sitta. So form 5 and form 6. So hayya bina ila dars. Let's go to the lesson. The second of the groups of the derived form is made up of form 5, form khamsa, yatafa'al, and yatafa'al. So here are some characteristics of both in the past tense and in the present tense. So in the past tense, you can look it up here. Form 5 is made by adding ta on the front of the form 2 pattern. Fa'ala becomes tafa'ala. And form 6 is made by adding ta to the front on the form 3 pattern. So form 2 becomes form 5 and form 3 becomes form 6. So fa'ala becomes tafa'ala. And in the present tense, the two forms are vowelized throughout the fatha. So yatafa'ala form 5 and yatafa'ala becomes form 6. Let's move towards the common meaning patterns of these forms. Form 5 can be connected to form 2 in the meaning as well as the structure. Form 5 is often reflexive of the form 2. In other words, it has the meaning of performing an action on yourself, doing it on your own self. For example, yuzakkir means to remind, but yatazakkar means to remember. So yuzakkir means to remind. To remind, you can remind yourself, anyone, but to remember is to remind yourself. So yatazakkar means to remind your own self. Notice that this can mean some form 5 verbs are very close in meaning to the original basic root verb and can even sometimes be alternative with almost the same meaning. Ya'lam means to know, yu'allim means to instruct, yata'allam means to learn. So to know is ya'lam, yu'allim means to instruct, but yata'allam means learning. You are instructing to your own self, you are learning. As form 5 is often reflexive of form 2, so form 6 is sometimes reflexive of form 3, producing of meaning of doing something together or as a group. So yu'awin means to help, yata'awin means to cooperate, to help each other. Yuhadith means to talk to someone. Hadatha, yuhadisu means to talk to someone. Yatahadath means to converse, to talk together, to have a conversation. Yatahadis. Some form 6 verbs are connected with the state, where in English we might use an adjective to be lazy, to be annoyed. You should also be aware that there are also many form 5 and 6 verbs that have no particular logic, or the logic is lost in the history of the language. Yatakasal means to be lazy. Yatadayak means to be annoyed. Yatawaqqaf means to stop. Yatasarraf means to behave. Now here is a table which is showing the past and the present tenses of form 5 and 6. For example, we have form 5 and 6 of tazakkara, yatazakkaru, and tahadasa, yatahadasu. So first, ana tazakkartu, anta tazakkarta, anti tazakkarti, huwa tazakkara, hiya tazakkarat. أنا تحادثت، أنت تحادثت، أنت تحادثتِ، هو تحادث، هي تحادثت. نحن تذكرنا، أنتم تذكرتم، أنتن تذكرتن، هم تذكروا، هن تذكرن. نحن تحادثنا، أنتم تحادثتم، أنتن تحادثتن، هم تحادثوا، هن تحدثن. Now we'll move toward the present form of these verbs. أنا أتذكر، أنت تتذكر، أنت تتذكرين، هو يتذكر، هي تتذكر. أنا أتحدث، أنت تتحدث، أنت تتحدثين، هو يتحدث، هي تتحدث. نحن نتذكر، أنتم تتذكرون، أنتن تتذكرن، هم يتذكرون، هن يتذكرن. نحن نتحدث، أنتم تتحدثون، أنتن تتحدثن، هم يتحدثون، هن يتحدثن. So now we'll have some sentences to go through. Take a look. أنا لا أتذكر اسمك. I don't remember your name. تكاسلت في الصباح ففاتني القطار. I was lazy in the morning, so I missed the train. بعض الناس يتصرفون بطريقة غريبة. Some people behave in a strange manner. تلوث الشاطئ بعد حادث السفينة. The coast was polluted after the ship's accident. هل تتضايق من الدخان? Does the smoke bother you? Now we'll discuss some irregular verbs in Form 5 and Form 6. Because of the close link between Form 5-6 and 2-3, you will find that many of the same rules apply to the irregular verbs in both cases. Doubled verbs. Doubled verbs behave as a regular verb in Form 5 or in Form 3. Form 2. Doubling the middle root means that the second and third root letters of a doubled verb are always written separately. Doubled verbs in Form 6 will follow the same rule as for the basic doubled verb, but are rare and not worth too much attention. Verbs with Hamza as root letter. Verbs with Hamza behave roughly as regular verbs, but see rules about spelling on previous videos, because past and present verbs in Form 5 and 6 are nearly always vowelized with Fatha. You will usually see the Hamza written on the Alif. When Hamza in the middle second root letter, it can be written by itself on the line in Form 6 as in Form 3 because it follows a long vowel. Weak verbs. Verbs with Va or Ya as the first or second root letter behave as regular verbs in Form 5 and 6 as they do in Forms 2 and 3. Verbs with Va Ya as the third root letter behave irregularly in both forms. Defective verbs in Form 5 and 6 are characterized by an alif maksura at the end of the both past and present tenses, a vowel written on a ya without dots. This is the same ending as the masha basic group of the verbs in the past tense, but like yansa group in the present tense. So now we have a table of forms. We'll have a look at taraddad, yataraddad. So the doubled forms of Form 5 and 6, doubled verbs, past taraddada, hesitated, yataraddadu, hesitates. Verb with Hamza as the first root letter, ta'assara, yata'assaru, was influenced. Ta'allafa, yata'allafu. Very familiar. Tafa'ala, yatafa'alu, yatafa'ala is optimistic. Tasa'ala, yatasa'ala means to wonder. Tanabba'a, yatanabba'u. Takafa'a, yatakafa'u is equal, and tanabba, yatanabba is prediction. Now we'll move towards the weak verbs, in which we have the assimilated, hollow, and defective. Tawaqqa, yatawaqqa'u means to expect. Tawafaqa, yatawafaku means to agree. Talawwana, yatalawwanu, and ta'awana, yata'awan means to cooperate, and talawwan comes from lawn, which means to color. Past of defective. Tamanna, yatamanna means to wish or want, and talaqa, yatalaqa means to meet together, to be together. Now we have the summary of Form 5 and 6. Form 5, Form Khamsa wa Sitte verbs are characterized by the ta in the front of root letters. Like Form 2 and 5, verbs like Form 2, Form 5 also doubles the middle root letter. Yataf'al. Like Form 3, Form 6 also adds a long A in the first root letter. Yataf'al. Form 5 and 6 verbs are vowelized throughout the fatha in the past and present tenses. Form 5 and 6 can be reflexive of the forms 2 and 3. Form 6 often carries the meaning of doing something together in a group. So these forms, the form 5, it tells that something which was already being done, it now has the meaning to do it on your own self, right? So, and form 6 informs us that you are doing something together in a group. Verbs that are irregular in the basic form may also act regularly in these derived forms. So this is all from today's lesson, and I hope that you liked it. Moving forward, we'll be doing form 8 and 10 in the next video. So please subscribe to the channel and join my WhatsApp group, link in the description below. Ma'as salama.